Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, hello, Facebook world.
It's the Lindsays yet again.
Here with the marriage box, and you guys know it's always a blessing when we get an opportunity to come before you. And tonight is no exception because we are super excited because we just got an amazing topic tonight and some phenomenal guests. This is a subject matter that's truly near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah.
We're talking about blended families on tonight, everybody. Blended families. And let me tell you, 14 strong years ago, when God allowed this incredible man to find me, I had 3 adult children. Well, let me take that back.
One adult.
Yeah, 1 adult.
And one on his way to adulthood.
Right.
And our teenage daughter.
Exactly. There you go. So he's so good at this. And because of that fact, when we met, we courted, we decided to get married. I literally moved away from my hometown and moved to where he was residing, which is about 3 or so hours away. So in a nutshell, that just meant whole new beginnings in every way. New location, new community, new everything.
Yeah.
But my daughter at the time was just 12. No, she was 14 years old.
13 going on 14.
Yeah. So she, of course, had to come with mommy. And if any of you parents out there in Facebook world, you already know what transition is like. It's never easy, especially when you're talking about a whole new everything. You know, this is a new man in the family, new beginnings. Yeah. And she was also coming from a place of still healing because when he and I met, I was a widow. My previous husband had passed away. And so in our daughter's eyes, you know, her daddy was still her daddy, and that's the only person, and nobody else could take his place. And granted, there was no way he could ever take his place, but
wouldn't want to.
Absolutely. But so in the mind of a 13-year-old, she saw him as a threat, as an intruder, as someone coming in on her daddy's territory, meaning her father who's past territory. So those were some of the dynamics of what we dealt with as a couple as he and I embarked on starting this new union as one and creating this now blended family. So from a personal perspective, I can't even begin to express to you how critical that period was for us. And it was pretty much, it was some contention. I mean, but the blessing is that what we established was solid, but we still had to be empathetic to her needs as a child and understand that in her little mind, you know, I don't want to change. I don't want things to be different. Yeah, my daddy may not be here, but I still don't want anybody else to come in and take his place. So it was like I said, that was a time in our lives that it took a lot of patience for us. But truly, God blessed you with patience of Job and Job's brothers and everybody else. But I think most importantly, the greatest dynamic of what he contributed to what we had was his love. I think the love, the compassion, the understanding, all of that played a critical role, and it helped us to create what eventually became a rock solid foundation as a family. And so I can say today that truly we are what I believe to be a successful blended family. But maybe if you can share with some of the things you may have been experiencing, because you being the person coming in, I just know whatever you did, you did it well. You were like the best at it because he was amazing.
So coming into that situation, first and foremost, when you love the woman that you love or the man that you love, they all gonna come with something. In this particular case, came with 3 awesome children. In this particular, and mainly our daughter, which was truly trying every and anything to get rid of me, to think that I was gonna go off on her, be mean, everything. Right. But when I tell you, when the Bible says, 1 Peter 4 and 8, if you don't remember anything I said, remember this on tonight. What it says is, above all, love each other deeply, for love covers over
Amen.
a multitude of sin.
That's right.
So, coming from a mother who was the only thing that raised me, all I knew was to love. And I had to love extremely hard. I had to pray extremely hard. I had to now put on a new set of glasses. Not that I wear them physically, but spiritually, emotionally. Now put myself in her shoes. Be able to empathize and sympathize. Empathize in the sense that the man that she saw was her hero on earth was no longer around. But yet and still putting my own personal stamp and letting it be known, baby, I know he's gone, but getting rid of me is not. You're not going to be able to do it. I put a lot. I sacrificed a lot. We all sacrificed a lot, but you're not going to get rid of me. And when I loved, and I loved, and I prayed, and I loved, and I prayed, and I empathized, I loved, and I prayed, and I listened. All those things built to where I remember distinctly. There was one trip that we were on, and it might not have been a trip I was on with them. And my daughter asked my wife, how is it that you love someone that's so different than you? And that was the watershed moment. And that might have been, 3-4 years later, babe?
Absolutely. I recall.
The watershed moment of, you know what? I gotta give up. I gotta give in. I mean, hey, all he did is love me. All he did was give me his best. And to those of you all who are embracing the blended family, you have to now assume that role. You might not have been the father, you might not have been the mother, but now you can be, as the new term is, a bonus mother or a bonus father. I don't necessarily use the term stepfather, but I mean it is what it is.
Right.
But my children, I don't call my children my stepdaughter and my stepsons. That's my daughter, and those are my sons. And you have to be able to own that. And when you own that, they'll take pride in
Absolutely.
you. And I can honestly say through these 14 strong years that every major thing that has occurred in my life, all three of my children, notice what I said, all three of my children have been there for everything.
Absolutely.
From preaching my initial sermon, to me receiving my PhD, to me becoming an ordained minister. They have been there for everything. I don't know where my world would be if I didn't have them in my life. Them to challenge me, to revere me in the way that they do. It's funny to me sometimes how we'll be somewhere and they'll ask me a question because they swear I'm the smartest thing on two legs. And
yes, they do.
Me personally, I'm a smart guy, but smartest thing on two legs, not necessarily. But in any case, they'll ask me something. Excuse me. And when I don't know, I'll look it up and I'll give them an answer about within the next minute or so. But they revere me. And when you know that you hit that point, that's when you know you have struck gold.
Amen.
When your children that are not your children revere you as their stepfather, their bonus father, their stepmother, their bonus mother.
Yes.
But you have to put in the work. You have to understand where they are. You have to listen to them. You have to now find things that you all can grasp and do together. My daughter and I, there are a couple of things that we do together. One thing is that if I find a good documentary, sports documentary, music documentary, anything, my daughter like, okay, all right, Holly, what time are we watching that? I know you didn't watch it without me.
Yes.
And then there's movies. my wife and I, there's no such thing as my wife and I going on a date for movies.
Yeah.
It's my wife and my daughter. So there's 2 things of popcorn I have to buy, 2 somethings of
Not
candy.
all dates now, not all the dates, but
most movie
dates. Absolutely,
Most movie
absolutely.
dates.
But I just want to say, if you don't mind me chiming in, I absolutely can't thank God enough for the fact that even during those trying times, because there was a period of time where it was really rocky, but his patience, his resilience, his love, oh my God, he loved on her in such a way, you know, truly with the Bible, when it says love covers a multitude of sin, he loved her past her pain. He loved her until she was confident that it was okay to trust again. He loved her in such a way that she felt safe again, because that was one of her primary concerns. How do I know he won't hurt us? How do I know we can trust him? You know, because it was so new for her. Mm-hmm. But I thank God for my husband in that the way he loved me, he showed her that love every holiday. You know, Valentine's, he sent me flowers, he sent her flowers. If he brought me gifts, he brought her gifts. And that happened over the years, and it allowed her to she safely trusted in him as a father. And to this day, their bond is unbreakable. What they have established is absolutely profound. It blows my mind because I see God all through it. And I can't thank him enough for it, because I knew that what my daughter had to overcome was a lot of years of pain, a lot of years of uncertainty, a lot of years of just not knowing is love really real. Because the truth is, I mean, my previous marriage wasn't always that great and grand. I mean, that's just being honest. So I was afraid as a mother what I had allowed her to be subjected to, if whether or not that would in fact hinder her going forward in terms of, you know, when she would experience life in relationship and love. But the blessing is that she now says that he has established for her a standard for a man, and that she says, if I meet a man who can't love me the way he loves you, mama, then he ain't the one. So in spite of it all, so to couples out there, be encouraged and know that I don't care what it looked like today, hang in there, continue to encourage and support one another, continue to just believe in one another, and know that this too shall pass. I don't care how rocky it feels right now. If you know God put you together, you got to stay in the fight. And you got to continue to fight, because your love is worth it. And just allow love to do the blending, to do the mending, to do the healing, because it just takes time. Yeah. And I'm telling you what I know from experience, because as I stated, 14 years strong now, and man, I wouldn't take nothing from my journey. I really wouldn't. And I know right now the relationship that he's established with our beautiful children is life-changing, just absolutely life-changing. So we thank God for our blended family.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And we're just so honored that we've got some special guests tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that we just, first of all, thank God that he allowed our paths to cross. We were former church members, and now they're just like brothers and sisters in Christ, our best friends. We are co-laborers on this journey for helping married couples. We are co-laborers on this journey for just helping people healed. And we're so honored because now they are renowned blended family experts, and we were at their wedding.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
And check this out. It was not just any day.
That's right.
It was on my birthday.
Your birthday.
My 30th birthday at that.
So every time we think about his birthday, we think about this phenomenal couple.
Yeah.
And we're just so honored that tonight we actually get a chance to have them on as special guests. So if you all give us 1 second, we're going to go ahead and invite this amazing, phenomenal couple, Antonio and Sanita Mitchell, to join us, who are indeed blended family experts. And we're going to let them tell you all about what they have going on, what God is using them to do. And trust me, they are making some waves in this industry. And we're just so honored because we remember like I said, we remember the wedding.
September 19th.
And look what God has done. Just look what God has done. So we're going to go ahead and invite them to join us. Give me 1 second here. Let me see how I'm going to do this now. I don't want to mess it up. Okay, I see that you're on, Sanita. So, hold on one second. I'm going to send you. Sanita, are you on a cell phone? You got to be on your cell phone because it's not allowing me to add you, and that means you're not using a cell phone. So if you guys could log in from a cell phone, we can go ahead and add you to this conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss Felicia.
It was great running into you
for
all this
tuning
evening.
in. Yes, we saw that powerful woman of God on tonight. And I can't wait to see what God is going to do with her. She's also got a phenomenal event coming up in the future. So we're going to definitely have to get her on the marriage box with Team Lindsay so she can tell the world all about what she's getting ready to do as well.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. So while the Mitchells are getting ready to log on from their smartphone device, we just want to continue to encourage couples out there in the world. Don't give up. Don't give in. And God knows there's no need to be discouraged because nobody's mad but the enemy. His mission is to seek, kill, and destroy anything, any kind of way, especially anything that represents love. But just know that if God brought you to it, he can bring you through it. I don't care how bad it is. How bad it is. Okay, so Sanita, you say you're on your phone, but for some reason, it's not allowing me. I don't know why it's not giving me the option of adding you. I don't know. Maybe you have to log off and come back in because a lot of times that's what happens. Yeah. Can you request to join? Does it give you the option to request to join us? If it does, then try that. Because I don't know why it's not giving us that option to add you. I do not see where you can be added.
Well, while she's waiting on that, another critical thing, always be sure to be open to listen. Again, as I mentioned before, be open to listening.
Yes.
Learn your children.
Oh, yeah.
Learn the ones that you will be calling your bonus children, whatever term you want to use. Learn them. Learn the things that they like. One of the things that I found out that my daughter liked ultimately was that I would buy my wife Victoria's Secret. The smell goods. Let me be the snake. Smell goods.
Right.
So, so I would do
lotions, perfumes, colognes, all that.
Right. So I would do that, and then my daughter would be like, "Ooh, what is that?
What you give me?"
And then, well, at first it was, "What was that?"
Right.
And then she would take from my mother. So ultimately, it was a flag, a red flag in my mind. I was like, okay, now if I can do this for her, I'm going to do this for her. So I started doing it for her, and I can remember a few of the times where it was a surprise. It was like, oh, you bought me something? And next thing I know, she was hooked. And then the rest they say is history. Okay, our special guests are on.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add this amazing couple now.
As soon as that comes through.
Patience is a virtue.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
It's going to be so worth the wait. Trust me, it is.
Yeah. There's a connection. There they are. Hello.
That's the Mitchells.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. We are so honored to have the two of you on tonight. You just have no idea. I hope we've set the stage for you because we just wanted to let the world know. We knew we had the top experts in this blended family thing coming on tonight. So I hope the world is ready because I know you guys have something to pour into them and we are so excited. So again, thank you for being on, and I'll let you all tell the world who you are.
All right, so I'm Toney Mitchell, and this is my beautiful wife, Sanita Mitchell, and we are the Perfect Family Blend, and as Pamela so eloquently stated, we are blended family experts.
I was like, wow, she makes us sound so good.
You are.
Yeah. We need to hire you for our PR.
Yeah.
Anytime you're ready, anytime. Awesome. So where do you guys reside? Tell us where people can find you, and then we'll get on into our discussion. So where does Toney and Sanita Mitchell reside?
We reside in Landover, Maryland, not too far from you guys.
That's right.
as far as, you know, how they could contact us, we are all over social media. We have Instagram account. We have our Facebook page, Perfect Family Blend. We're also on Twitter. And then if you want to find out more information about us, you can always go to our website, theperfectfamilyblend.com.
Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into our questions.
Okay.
Because I'm excited because I'm ready to learn, because we share with the audiences our views on tonight how we became a blended family and some of the things we experienced. So tell us, why are the Mitchells a blended?
Why are we a blended family? We are a blended family because when we initially met, I came into the relationship with 2 boys, and Toney had no children entering into our relationship and marriage. And so we have that perspective of coming in. Toney has that perspective of coming in with no children and into an instant family. And then I have the perspective of leaving, being a single mom of 2 for 16, 17 years to becoming a wife.
Wow.
And so those were all different types of dynamics going on. He had no children, no experience with children. I've been on my own, making all the decisions for 16 years, and then have to relinquish the reins, per se, in a way, to my husband. And so that's where we come in as a blended family, and learning how to work together through all the different levels and the different experiences and the different things that come with merging like 4 families, because I have 2 boys and they have 2 different dads. So that's 2 different families, and then his family, and then of course my own family. So that's 4 families merging together. Yeah.
Wow. Now that is truly blended.
So Toney has a follow-up question. I made mention of my experience coming into my family. What was the things that you did to make your family work?
Well, some of the things that we did to make our family work is also some of the things that we offer through our upcoming programs through the Perfect Family Blend is 5 key strategies. And those 5 key strategies are communication, trust, selflessness, forgiveness, and fun. So those are not in order. We different things.
That's good.
In some moments, it was fun. What really brought our family together as a whole, as a blended family, was the fun aspect of it. We were still trying to get to know each other. Of course, we had the different dynamic with our blended family. So the fun aspect brought us together. Then the communication solidified everything. Communication not only with Sanita and I, not only communication with the kids, but also communication with the co-parents, making sure that we were all on the same page, which is very important when you have all those different dynamics involved in the blended family. And then everything else just fell in place, selflessness and forgiveness aspect of it.
And if I can add, our children were a big, so coming into this, we had a teenager and a 7-year-old. And so we have a really big spectrum of trying to build that gap, that bridge with the teenager and the, they're about 5 or 6 at the time. So that took a lot of work, to say the least.
Wow, I can only imagine. Yeah, we shared a story earlier about how we had an adult, a semi-adult, and a teenager. And so he was the new kid on the block. You know, and pretty much like Toney, he's coming into this thing. He didn't have any kids of his own, so he's like, oh boy. And unlike you guys, I'm not sure if you all had to deal with this, but he dealt with a lot of resistance, a whole lot of, you know, I don't want him. You know, my daddy, and mind you, I was a widow. So I too was a single parent, Sanita, but I was a single parent still dealing with the after effects of the bereavement of, you know, children trying to move on, you know, because in my daughter's eyes, she was 13, nobody could take her daddy's place, but he was gone. So yeah, we dealt with those issues.
Right.
So that's some good stuff. That's good. But I love talked about fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of helped us over these last 14 years is we started incorporating some fun stuff. And I know in time, that's what kind of when she saw, you know what, he all right. He ain't that bad.
Yeah.
And so here we are.
Can't be all
years later.
All the time.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as these families, I mean, it's like I literally did some research and it blew my mind when I realized that there are like over 100 million people in the world who in one form or another, you can hit that button, in one form or another who are coping with being a blended family, either through marriage or something. And I couldn't believe that. So I was like, my God, well, Antonio and Sanita got a lot of work to do. So what would you tell families out there today who may very well be struggling with being a blended family? Any advice?
Well, right. So one of the things that you mentioned was very powerful. There are, based on some of the statistics that we researched, there are 1,300 blended families created daily. So that is coming from people having divorced. There are people who are becoming remarried. There are people who have never wherever they had children. And then, you know, of course, the sadness of those who were widows. And so now they're remarrying. And so, or widows or widowers. And so they're remarrying. So 1,300 families are formed daily through a blended family. So it's not as uncommon. And so it's a very big issue for a lot of families. And so we still rely on our 5 strategies. It's so important because without communication, without trust, without selflessness, without forgiveness and fun, it's very hard to build a blended family. So our advice would be all of these things take time. Like you cannot rush in. Like I know a lot of people look at again that red table with Jada Pinkett and her and I cannot remember Will Smith's ex-wife. That's 20 years in the making. There's 20 years in the making of them 2 women being able to sit across the table and have a conversation. And so we cannot, while what they did was very noble, that took time. And so our advice is allow yourself to take time. So we can give you strategies. We can give you things that you can do, but do know it's going to take time because it's not until it's certain things that you know are going to happen. You know there are going to be visitations. You know there are going to be vacation times. You know there are going to be holidays. Those are things that we know. But there's some elements that are going to occur through life, through things that are going to occur that you may not know how you're going to handle it until you get there. So you got to give yourself time to experience these different things. So, and it's okay. You're going to make mistakes. So give yourself time and then give yourself the opportunity to learn.
That's good.
Mistakes. Yeah. So
that's really good.
Did you want to add anything?
Really good.
Yeah, I just want to say too that every blended family dynamic is not the same. So you're going to have to go on this journey, the roadblocks, the challenges, the obstacles, however way you're going to have to do it. But please don't rush the process in doing it. Don't try to go for instant gratification because it's just not going to work that way.
Right.
So definitely, you know, even if you just have work,
do more harm than good.
Moving forward.
Say that again, Pam. We can't hear you. Kind of broke up a little bit.
I said, yeah, it'll do more harm than good, rushing the process. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So I understand.
And there are so many.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Pam.
You guys have a phenomenal event coming up September 28th and 29th.
Yes.
And we happen to know about it because we
We
are honored to be two of your speakers for this incredible event.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to tell the world all about the Perfect Family Blend Conference and what they can expect and why they absolutely must be there. Tell us all about it.
Do you want to tell them or you want me?
Oh, I could kick it off. So we are having the annual Perfect Family Blend Conference on September 28th in Marriott at College Park this year. And our theme for the conference is rekindle, we affirm, and renew. So that is our theme for this year. And we have a whole list of topics that we're going to cover on today. One is how to find balance as far as, you know, what the Lindsays are talking about, how to find that balance with being entrepreneurs, how, you know, families and so forth. So
we have we're going to have we're going to have sessions dealing with your finances. We're going to have sessions that's going to deal with we have someone talking about keeping the things that are important. So we have someone who's going to talk to us from a widow standpoint. We're going to talk about how to effectively blend. We're going to talk about having fun with each other. We're going to talk about we have a dynamic truth panel that is going to talk various things from infidelity to infertility to discipline to all types of issues in real life. So they'll have some topics that they're going to talk from, but then those in the audience will be able to ask questions. For Friday night, we're going to have a fun session that is going to be hot and spicy, that's going to help those couples rekindle. And so with the hotel rooms, really want to stress until August 31st. We couldn't. And so we have until August 31st to reserve those rooms. We will have sessions that are going to be for wives only and husbands only, because we know that sometimes there's some issues that they may not quite be ready to share, and they just want to be able to communicate amongst each other. So there's going to be a plethora of the things going on, and it will be stuffy. There will be some things that's going to help get our vision together. It's going to be some things that's really going to affirm our relationship so that we can go back to our families and really work on blending together. So I'm excited. They need to be there because this is the conference.
I'm so excited for you guys.
For the blended family. Yes. Meeting our needs.
Awesome.
Yes.
So they can get tickets.
I think you guys are talking
on Eventbrite.
You guys are frozen on.
Oh, but can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you now. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So and can you tell everyone where they can go and get their tickets? Because I just want to tell them if they get their tickets in the next 72 hours, that the Marriage Box has something real special for them. So tell them where they need to go, because they really need to get these tickets within the next 72 hours. And we're going to tell them then what we got for them.
Okay, and so the tickets can be perfectfamilyblend.eventbrite.com, or they can go to the website, theperfectfamilyblend.com, and they'll see all the different options. We have given you every single option available to make sure that you're there, whether you're there for one day or both days. There is no reason not to make it for this conference, but I guarantee you want to be in the room for both days.
Yes.
That's right. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Well, look, this is what we want to give away tonight. We believe in resources to help you grow. So we want to give away these DVDs that we're going to give away to the couples. And along with the DVD, we got some other lotions, potions, and grown folk stuff that we're going to help those couples.
Yes.
Because we believe if you invest in if you take the time to invest in you by getting your ticket to be there, we want to make sure we give you some tools you can use to keep that thing going. That'll help out on some of them times when you just don't know what to do. You know, they talk about Netflix and chill. Well, we want to provide you with the Netflix and give you something else to help you chill.
That's right.
So that's right. So for all those couples out there listening, today is Sunday, the 15th of July. You have until Wednesday? 18th, Wednesday, to go to perfectfamilyblend.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets.
That's right.
And make sure you are there.
Yes.
And when you get that ticket, the Mitchells are going to let Lindsay's know. That's right. And we got something real special for you. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. As a matter of fact, go ahead and book your hotel when you get your ticket. And just make it a getaway weekend.
Because you're going to need that phone.
Because it's going to be so good you don't want to leave. Yeah. Telling you.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
So
I'm telling you, because
we can't thank you guys enough.
She is ready.
She is ready to bring it.
Yeah, that DJ of ours, she is ready to set the atmosphere.
That's what I'm talking about.
We'll be ready to head back to our...
See?
Yes, yes.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. I'm looking forward to it. And that's around our anniversary too?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's our...
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So listen, thank you guys so very much, and Toney and Sanita, for taking time to join us on tonight. I believe that somebody who's listening is blessed. And for those of you who are catching it live, those of you who will catch the replay, those of you who will catch it on our YouTube channel, it doesn't matter when or where, just make sure you are there. You have got to be at the Perfect Family Blend Conference. I know I want to do some rekindling, some reaffirming, and some renewing with you.
And I want to do likewise.
All right now, so y'all don't get left out. I'm telling you, don't get left out. So thank you guys so much, so very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you, and thank you guys. Thank you, and we just looking forward to an amazing time. And anybody who needs to contact you guys can reach out to you on all your social media channels. And it's the Perfect Family Blend, correct? Awesome.
Yep, Perfect Family Blend.
Awesome. There you have it, world.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you guys. And I want you all to have an amazing evening. And thank you again for joining us on tonight. And for all of our viewers and listeners, if you have any questions or anything for the Mitchells, you can leave your comments there, right there on the marriage box, and we will forward them to them. And if you want them to reach out to you, if you got some special circumstances or special needs, whatever the case may be, we can definitely connect you to them. And I know they can take care of whatever your blended family matters may be. All right? Well, that's going to wrap it up for us on tonight. Absolutely. We'll be back with you guys in 2 more weeks. As you know, we are every other week here at the Marriage Box with Team Lindsay. And we're excited. We're looking forward to what God is getting ready to do in the lives of couples. You know, our whole theme is we just want to help you get what it is you need to keep your love strong before and after you say I do. So whatever you need is an answer. And remember, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and who love each other. All right? So we just want to say good night. We're going to sign off now. Thank you again to the Mitchells. All right. And thank you, Facebook World, and to all our amazing viewers. All right. Good night, everybody. We love you.
Good night. Good night. Thank you.